What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys. Today I've got one of those like undisclosed source videos. I rarely cover these because a lot of the time there's not exactly too much truth behind these. Some people make some stuff up that journalists are saying, and sometimes the journalists aren't actually saying that, but there are multiple teams reportedly and multiple executives out there that kind of are saying right now that multiple teams, do believe that De'Aaron Fox could actually be requesting a trade this offseason. Our Knicks package would most likely include Emmanuel Quickley, Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, a 2021 first-round pick, a 2021 first-round pick from Dallas as well. And that, again, they're pretty much going to say, well, who really does win this trade? Now, again, I think this would be one of the best trades out there the New York Knicks could do. Don't get me wrong, I'd probably say the only player good they lose here is Emmanuel Quickley. Look, Robinson's okay, but he's very, very replaceable. I think there'll be a big name center wanting to come to the New York Knicks team at any point. Not just that, Obi Toppin, he's a decent player as well, but he barely gets minutes. And those Knicks and Dallas picks aren't exactly, extremely too high. But again, Quickly does hurt, but when pretty much you're only losing is a couple late first-round picks, a potential player in Toppin who could be alright, Robinson who's got injury issues but is easily replaceable, and a good young player in Emmanuel Quickley for one of the best young point guards in the league who has managed to drag this absolutely awful Sacramento team to a couple, wins that they probably should have won every single season is absolutely crazy. Of course, when we do look at De'Aaron Fox and who he is currently averaging 25.2 points per game, 7.2 assists, and 3.5 rebounds on 32% from 3 on 35 minutes per game. They are elite stats. 25 and 7 per game is very, very good stats. And I could see him breaking the All-Star team pretty easily next season. He's 6'3" as well. He's a very, very capable defender, and he's a very nice mid-range shot, hitting about 54% of his two-point conversions, which is really, really good numbers. He's extremely quick, extremely, nifty around, and he can just really drive to the basket with absolute perfection. He's a great player. In my opinion, there are a couple of really nice young point guards that not many people are talking about in this league. Of course, De'Aaron Fox, he's definitely one of them, and he's really probably at the top of my list because he's only 23, turning 24. That's absolutely crazy. Of course, another couple young point guards that are absolutely insane that no one really talks about at all is, of course, Darius Garland from the Cavs. He is a very, very underrated player. Don't get me wrong, he is extremely underrated in my opinion. And of course, I think Trae Young is pretty underrated now, especially considering he got quite a bit of backlash, and people don't understand that. Now that this guy's finally got, some good coaching here and there, he's actually led this team without a certified, second star to a pretty decent spot in the playoffs, and only his third season. He is averaging about 25 and 10 per game, which is also incredible numbers, and people act like he only averages 20 and 5. So again, those are some of the really underrated point guards, young point guards in the league, in my opinion. I know Trae Young is bad defense, but I justify why he's actually kind of underrated now at this point. The amount of crap he's been given. But of course, that's not what we're talking about in this video. De'Aaron Fox, he'd be insane for the Knicks. If the Knicks got him for this little package, that's pretty good because there are reports that they could be making this deal as well after they land their big star in free agency. And of course, they'd have the cap to do so. They could, of course, bring in the star with the remaining money they have, re-sign Bullock, and re-sign Derrick Rose, while also being able to have the cap room, because Toppin's on quite a decent contract. Quickly is not on too much, but Robinson not on too much as well, but they'll be on extension soon. They'll be able to somewhat make the salary match with this. I believe Fox will be on about, 30 million a season. Again, I think Toppin will be on about 6 million, 3 million probably for Quickly. So they'll probably be about 15 to 18 million off, but they can definitely trade in players to make this, of course, happen. But this New York Knicks team becomes so much better. They get a point guard that can play, make, and score, which is a lot of things that Alfred Payton can't do, and he's been starting, of course, a lot in the season. They can get, him, partner him up with RJ Barrett, partner him up like DeMar DeRozan, who there's rumors they might get. And then you'll also have, of course, Julius Randle at that power forward. So you'll practically have, 3 All-Stars in that starting 5, and RJ Barrett, a potential All-Star in the future, while also being able to go out and sign a center in free agency. Who knows who that may be? They'll be able to get a pretty good one for cheap, I think. Then off the bench, they could have, Nerlens Noel, Reggie Bullock, D. Rose, of course, would be there. And then whoever else they potentially go out and sign free agency. So that New York Knicks team starts to look really good. And if you've got a backcourt that consists of 21-year-old RJ Barrett, 23 to 24-year-old De'Aaron Fox, that is extremely young. Of course, DeRozan will be a little bit older, but he'll be starting a small forward. Randall at power forward, he's only about 26. And then whoever they go out and sign in center. So again, the bench would be absolutely crazy. But in my opinion, I don't think De'Aaron Fox will request a trade from the Kings. I don't know about Luke Walton coming back. I think that's pretty bad. But honestly, there have been rumors that Harrison Barnes could potentially be getting traded to the Boston Celtics for the Gordon Hayward trade exception, which they still have a little bit of money on. There's been rumors as well that Marvin Bagley might be getting traded. Rashawn Holmes might be getting put in a sign-and trade. There's a rumor as well Buddy Hield might be getting traded. There was a rumor he could actually go on the Sixers. I think they're going to completely reshape this whole team. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get enough cap that a potential All-Star, who knows who it's going to be, a player like DeMar DeRozan or someone like that who will be out there in free agency. I wouldn't be surprised if a potential All-Star saw, playing with De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton, whoever they will pick this year, and potential other players they go out and sign. I definitely feel like an All-Star type caliber would want to play with De'Aaron Fox, whether that's on the Knicks or maybe even the Kings. I guess we'll have to find out. But it will be the interesting thing. I don't think he'll request a trade, but I do think that re-signing, or not re-signing, but bringing back Luke Walton was a mistake. I feel like coaches like Mike D'Antoni and that who are out there would be absolutely perfect for this Sacramento Kings team. And I'm really surprised that they haven't gone out to look to try and get one of them. But yeah, there will be a lot of changes. Like if I was them, I would go all out as well to try and get maybe like a Karl Anthony Towns to the team. Considering it does look like they need a center, I think, if they offered maybe Rashawn Holmes, Marvin Bagley, who's a young power forward as well, and maybe Buddy Hield maybe, Buddy Hield's on 20 million. I think Holmes will be on about 15 million. That's about 35 million right there. And, Bagley will be a free agent. So probably like a sign trade. It'll probably end up being 40 million. And I believe Cat's on about 33 million. So they'll slightly match up here and there, and you can also offer a bunch of first round picks to get Cat to the team as well. If they could get Cat to the Sacramento Kings to maybe play with De'Aaron Fox, that'd be one of the best underrated duos in the league, I would think. But that's just a proposition that will probably never ever happen. But you guys know what I mean. There should be a player out that the Kings have in mind they should go out and trade for. They need to get rid of Barnes and, Hield. I think Hield would be a perfect fit for potentially the 76ers, where he'd, take over from Danny Green. Danny Green's, of course, on $15 million. Hield will come in and he's on about $20 million, so it's probably on about $5 million more, and you get a way better player. And then I think Barnes will probably go to someone like the Celtics, who I think he'd be pretty good for as well. And then as well, maybe a player like Rashawn Holmes. If they don't get a good center, they'll probably just bring him back. But if they can't, he'll probably go to a team pretty desperate for a center out there. There's definitely some teams. I think the Golden State Warriors might even offer him a sneaky contract or a sign and trade type deal. But of course, I'd very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. What do you guys think about the New York Knicks potentially being interested in, trading for De'Aaron Fox? Do you guys think that'd be a good idea, or do you guys think that'd be a bad idea? Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/long channels if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out my podcast as well. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Through the wastelands, through the highways.